Hello, my friend. My name is Kai Gruning and I'm a performance coach. I train individuals' body and mind, and today I want to talk about how to rewire your brain for happiness. I made a nice list. Just keep in mind, this is something that takes time. 3 to 6 months, sometimes 12 months if you have very ingrained thought patterns and beliefs. So it's a daily practice. Obviously, you cannot do all of this at the same time. Just pick 2 or 3 that will create the biggest shift. So let's start in. First time, if you want to master your emotions, the key is to become aware of them and sit with them. Any emotion, like there are no good or bad emotions, they're just emotions, passes through our body within 90 seconds. So even if you have very intense negative emotions, just know that if you are present with the emotion and you feel the emotion in your body instead of fueling it with your thoughts and extending it, after 90 seconds, technically you're done with this. Everything after that is your ego holding on to the thoughts that you associate with those emotions. So just be aware of this. When you feel long periods of negative thoughts, this is something that you can train to interrupt and to redirect. This is number one. Number two, ask yourself the question, is this thought, is this emotion serving me? If not, you can literally redirect your thoughts. It's a good way to do this in written form. It increases your awareness. Write your negative thoughts down and then reframe them in a positive way. Usually, when you get more in tune with yourself, you will realize that there are negative thoughts or negative beliefs will decrease your energy, while positive or encouraging thoughts will increase your energy. So become aware of that and realize, like, if your energy goes down, well, what am I currently thinking? And is this thought, is this belief, is it actually serving me? If not, you can replace it more effectively. Third one, detach your identity from your thoughts. A lot of people believe that they are their thoughts. So again, writing thoughts down, realizing these are just thoughts. It's a collective consciousness. You have picked these thoughts up years, very often decades ago, and you're reliving your current state through the past, not realizing that you can actually put a timeout on it, and through the awareness shift into a different state and in different, more effective thought patterns. Next one, reading, traveling, and social interactions will help you to get out of a set state. So when you read, you create new neural patterns, you're taking new informations in. Most people just come home, go in front of the TV and social media and just recreate those old patterns instead of realizing, hold on, what do I want to actually create? So reading a book about happiness or reading a book about how to improve something, how to learn something is always a good thing. It's the brain is like a muscle, so you either use it or you lose it. So new information coming in is always something positive. Traveling is also very good. Why is that? Because it's a new environment. The brain filters out new information. It puts us in a different state. And of course, social interactions. Or I'm an introvert, but even as an introvert, it is very important to have social interactions. You might not, we be in a crowd of 10 or 20 people, but have your friends that put you in a positive state, and also revisit, are all of these friends really serving me, or are they putting you into a negative state? Are they supporting you in good and also in challenging times? Next one, overthinking. Overthinking is a trauma response. A lot of people carry this badge, oh, I'm an overthinker, and they think it's something positive. No, it's a response to something traumatic that happened in your past. So realizing that if you rethink thoughts, they're not serving you. Write those thoughts down, create a strategy to get out of it, and set goals, and then implement those. So if you're overthinking, it's not creating the state that you want to actually be in. And with that, we come to anxiety and depression. Very often when we overthink, when we continue to reflect of the past, we're creating depression. If we are reflecting and we're worried constantly about the future, then we're creating anxiety. Realizing that we can train our mind to get back into the present moment and the power of now. If you have maybe read Eckhart Tolle, getting back into our body, into the present moment. That's where everything is present, where we have everything we need. And in that moment, we are actually dismissing or removing anxiety, removing depression. Very powerful tool. Next, expressing love and gratitude. So it's a little bit integrated here with the anxiety, depression. When we're expressing gratitude or love, we are getting into the state of love, which is the highest frequency for our body. So this means that we experience a very positive state for our body, which also will remove any option of feeling anxious or feeling depressed. So gratitude. Another interesting aspect, I always encourage people to express their love to loved ones, to close friends as often as possible. Why is that? When we tell somebody, I love you, I care about you, it's not only that we are creating a positive state for that person, we have to create and experience that emotion in our body first. So the more loving we are, the more caring we are, the more we can actually express it. And it's not only for the other people around us, it's very important for us as well. Next one, healing your inner child and integrating your ego. The key here is to acknowledge that we have all good components and bad aspects to ourselves. Now, psychologically, we tend to move the negative aspects of ourselves into our shadow. The more self-awareness we have, the more we become aware of the aspects that we don't like about ourselves, and we stop projecting them onto others. We're realizing, wow, there might be something that I don't like about this person, but maybe that is part of me that I don't like about myself. So we're opening up the awareness, and we're starting to integrate. Here, the key is to do this within a loving and kind way. Most people, when they acknowledge that they have these components, they're still trying to push it away. It's part of you, and the faster you learn to be self-compassionate and to talk to yourself like your child or your best friend, the faster this integration will happen. And the more you have the ability through the awareness then to not express those components of you. But what is out of our awareness is out of our control. And this is a big part of happiness, actually, not wanting to suppress or move these aspects of ourself into shadows, rather than loving and integrating those components. The next one is a part of it, integrating letting go of aspects. This is also something that is highly trainable. When you realize that something that bothers you or somebody said something to you, it is your ego that holds on to your right to be frustrated or angry about something or somebody. When you realize it's your ego, that's the moment where actually these components shift. Right? Do I want to hold on to my ego? Do I want to hold on to the right to be upset about something somebody did or say about me? Or do I want to learn to let go? And ultimately, it's like a little bit like this. They call it the monkey trap, the monkey that holds on to it. When we realize that we can just let go of it, our life dramatically improves, because we don't have to keep those negative emotions and feelings within ourselves. Next one, master your perception. So no matter what happens to you, even if it's traumatic, if it's really very negative, we are never a victim of the situation. We're just a victim of our perception. When you realize that when something negative happens to you, you have the ability how to react to it. So you don't want to react through learned behaviors. You want to reframe in your mind and change the perception in a way that you can let that negative energy pass through you. And this is a highly trainable aspect, and people tend to like, oh, well, but this person did this and that person did that. Well, it is your right to be upset with somebody. It's your right to hold on to the pain, but ultimately it's your ego that is holding on with its existence to it. So when you realize that you can let go of it, your life will become so much easier. And so when we sit too much in the future, we tend to create a little bit more of anxiety. The key is here to plan effectively, create a strategy, and then implement. The same when it comes to the past. When I realize that I'm reflecting too much of the past, I do timeout. This is not serving me, and I let go of that thought. It's something that we can really train ourselves, and it's remarkable how effective it is. And we can then let go of negative emotions. The next one, what people think about you is none of your business. This is a very important one. Whenever we are in somebody else's business, we're starting to suffer. We have to realize that whatever somebody thinks about us, whatever somebody believes about us, or how they like us, or if they like us or do not like us, that's none of our business. What we have to focus on purely on how we feel about ourselves, and that's something that is in our power. When we realize that we reach an outlaw, this person should be doing this or should be doing that, or this is not right, or this is not, that's their entity. Whatever somebody else does or doesn't do or say or doesn't say, it's 100% up to them. The only thing that is in your power and it's your responsibility is your perception and your internal work. So your happiness is 100% in your power. It has nothing to do with the situation around you or with somebody doing something. And the last two, daily walk. It is fascinating. I do this with all my clients. When you walk outside in nature, it centers us, it brings us back to the present moment. It is very powerful. And of course, when we talk about rewiring, creating the right neurochemistry, creating the right state for us to create new neural pathways, we have to exercise, we have to do some form of meditation and breathing. And with breathing and meditation, there's this power that we get back into the present moment, and we don't live through past experiences. We then get into the moment and we observe the world around us from a neutral standpoint instead of living basically through the past. I hope you like this. If you want help with this, please feel free to reach out to me. And I talk to you guys soon. Take care, my friend.